And stepped up like we knew he would. And our starting pitching has been so outstanding. Go out there and just continue to make his pitches. Solid defense behind him, and then great backside from Tanner Whip. But we're struggling a little bit offensively, and we just found a way to put an inning together and hold on to it.
Thank you. Bob, start us off.
David, to be honest, we all thought you might be starting the game right about this time, with being the fourth game of the day, so we didn't know.
So you're saying we're ahead of schedule?
Yeah, exactly. You just mentioned it there with the pitching, but in 3 games you've used 6 pitchers. Can you just talk about the confidence that gives all of these guys, and what it gives the coaching staff as well as you guys head into the rest of the tournament and into regional?
Yeah, I mean, our starting pitching has been so consistent all year, and we've come to expect it, not take it for granted, but to expect it. And then the young guys coming in, including Cole with that group, have just been outstanding in the bullpen. They just don't back down, and that's what you got to love about all of those guys. We've been using 7, maybe 8 guys for the last few weeks. So now it's time for other guys to step up. And we said going into it earlier, a couple of days ago, that if we're going to advance, that we have to be able to rely on somebody stepping up, rely on other guys, because we got to find out what they can do, and we just need them now. So really pleased with just the consistency of our starters and our young bullpen.
Dustin, go ahead.
David, at this point, he'd already seen Antico get robbed of a grand slam, a bunch of strikeouts, and then Hodo rips a ball off a guy's knee, and it takes a hop right to the shortstop. At that point, did you sense any frustration from your guys, or kind of what was their mood? Because I think it would have been really easy to say, you know what, it isn't meant to be our kind of a day.
Well, you can add the ball that Trey hit to dead center, because if that ball's hit yesterday, it's probably off of that brick wall behind the hill. He absolutely crushed that ball. But yeah, I mean, Davis makes a heck of a play. Bases loaded, and that's a 4-run addition. We got a 5-run lead. If anything, the ball hits off of his glove. We scored 3. Just a great play, actually a pretty dang good baseball game. But the one that Doug hit, I just felt like that Doug was seeing the ball well enough he's going to get a pitch. They know he's going to bunt. They're on top of him, and he hits a line drive. And I'm just glad they didn't turn the double play, because that would have just topped it off. But for it to go exactly to Brophy at shortstop and be able to get the force was really kind of unusual. But I mean, I think at the moment you get, like, come on, that just can't happen. You get down for a second, but our kids are resilient, and it's like, all right, let's just keep playing. And that's what I noticed.
Danny, go ahead.
David, are you concerned at all about the confidence of your guys? Would you consider maybe mixing it up with, I know you mentioned Murphy and giving him some at-bats at all, or do you just kind of want to have these guys keep going out and just kind of work out of this?
Well, look, we've won a lot of ball games with this lineup. We've flipped it a little bit. They're our best hitters on our team. There's times where I think there's probably some opportunity for some other guys. There's no doubt. But it's just a little frustrating. But hey, when you can win and fight through it and win a 3-2 game, I think you can build off of that. What happens with hitting is you just start forcing at bats and feeling like you have to. And they're doing a good job of just fighting through that right now. Usually when you have a good offensive day or a good offensive weekend, you probably have 5 guys in your lineup producing. And, consistently for the last few games, we've only had Zach being consistent. But, just take Cy, for example, comes up with the big hit and run there and was the difference of the game. So we'll utilize people, but, these guys have been there for us the entire time.
And tomorrow could be a pretty long day. Have you decided on a pitching plan, at least for that first game?
I hope it's a real long day. We've got a lot of options. We haven't made a decision yet.
Nick Moyle, go ahead.
Yeah, David, you mentioned Tanner earlier, but just, for a freshman to come in a situation like that and to perform the way that he did, especially in a 1-run game, what does that do for his confidence? And, what did you make of just his poise out there?
He's tough. He's got ice in his veins. He's got a baseball IQ. He loves the competition. We've seen it since day one, and that's what he does. If he gives one up, you won't notice any difference. He'd be right back out there tomorrow, giving his team a chance. So, love what he brings to this team. I think older and younger players are understanding that if you just go at hitters and trust your stuff, you got a pretty good shot at it. And that's a lesson for all our guys. Pitching's relevant. If you can attack the zone and trust your stuff in the zone, gives you your best chance. And he does that very well.
Thanks, Coach. Look forward to a long day tomorrow.
Okay, y'all gonna stick around if we do? In your cozy little homes back home? See y'all later. Thank you. Go get 'em.
Guys,
Silas, I'm sure you've seen the box score. It's not the prettiest box score in the world, but what does it say about this team that you guys can kind of fight through a off day like that and come out with a win in an elimination game?
The story of our season is adversity, and we look for it every time we play every day, and I don't think there was any moment that we thought that we weren't going to win that game. And no matter how the day is for us, we're going to put ourselves in a position to win every game.
And can you kind of take us through that at bat? Obviously kind of Trey setting the table and then you come through with that double.
Yeah, going in, I knew it was a big at bat. I kind of gave my dugout a look, wanted them to know that I was locked in for him. And Coach Pierce put on a hit and run with runners on first, second. It's something I don't think we've ever done. But I'm a fan of hit and run. It's one of my strong suits, and I was happy to get it, and I was ready to execute.
Bob, go ahead.
Silas, can you just take us through a little bit of the confidence that this pitching staff has right now? Just maybe some of the things they're saying or things that you're noticing, because it's very evident, obviously, in the way they're pitching.
Yeah, this pitching staff, they've been great all season for us. Every single time they come out there, they give us a chance to win. And I just know that they're on attack mode every time they come out. They're going to pound the zone with strikes, and they're going to let our defense work because we have one of the best defenses in the country. I can't be more proud of the work that they're putting in to decide whether it's with me or DJ or any of our other catchers. They always locked in. They're ready to go.
Dustin, you're up.
Silas, at any point did you sense, kind of frustration from the guys? You got Waters out there throwing 99 out there, kind of piling up, and Antique robbed of a grand slam. Did anybody kind of get down, or was it just kind of even keeled, the same thing the whole game?
I'd say it was pretty even kill, because we know that the second that we show any frustration or any down, then we're gonna put ourselves in a position to lose. And I don't think there was ever a spot where we thought we were going to lose that game. We have a lot of confidence in our teammates, and we really believe in each other. So I think no matter what, I don't think there's ever going to be a time where we are down on each other.
And it looked tonight like Pete had some of his best command of the year. What's allowed him to kind of find that new level that he's reached these last few outings?
I think Pete's the man. He works hard. He puts in a lot of time, and yeah, he had his command. He's always going to compete. That's the one thing. Like, I can't tell you why he had his command today, but we know every time he comes out there, he's going to give us his best stuff. And today he was really sharp. It was fun to catch.
Danny, go ahead.
I'm sure talking to us at midnight doesn't help, but how do you prepare for what I'm sure you hope is a pretty long day tomorrow that starts in 12 hours?
Yeah. Well, we hope we play 2 tomorrow, Hopefully it's a real long day. But I guess first we got to go home and hydrate and get some rest, and that's the first step. And then we're going to wake up tomorrow ready to play. It doesn't matter if we're tired or not, We're going to come ready to play tomorrow.